Recalls are a fact of life for any vehicle, whether it's a combustion car or an EV. But the presence of a huge traction battery, comprising hundreds if not thousands of individual lithium-ion cells in electric vehicles, is the cause of an increasing number of those recalls, and the consequences can be disastrous if not remedied. Most of the battery manufacture is outsourced to Chinese producers like CATL, as European automakers just don't have the facilities or access to the raw materials to manufacture them locally. So the largest single component in most EVs, the battery, is subcontracted out to a third party. While there's nothing intrinsically wrong with this, the problem arises because the manufacture of cells requires such careful precision and quality control that defects are an increasingly serious problem. And if just one of those cells fails and overheats, it can result in the entire vehicle being destroyed by fire. If you're one of the many MGUY viewers who are not subscribed to this channel, please take a moment to subscribe right now. It doesn't cost anything and you'll be helping this channel push back on all the EV and net zero nonsense we're constantly being fed with. Just click the subscribe button down below and enable all notifications and you won't miss out on any future videos. Many of these recalls are now following a very similar pattern. A manufacturing defect is discovered which, in a worst-case scenario, can cause abnormal heating of a cell due to, say, a short circuit, which then can lead to thermal runaway within the battery and fire. Thermal runaway is a process whereby the release of energy in a single cell becomes self-sustaining and spreads to adjacent cells in a cascading effect which is difficult or impossible to stop. These defects are more likely to lead to problems in a high state of charge, which is why the advice is not to charge beyond a certain level until the cells can be replaced or other fixes implemented. Generally, though, EV batteries shouldn't be charged beyond 80% anyway, removing 20% of your theoretical capacity and range, which is bad enough, but also they shouldn't be discharged beyond about 10%, removing a total of 30% from your advertised capacity and range. It's like having a 60-litre fuel tank, but you can only use 42 litres. A ridiculous compromise that's blindingly obvious to everyone, except EV drivers apparently. But often in a recall situation, this will be reduced even further, requiring owners to limit charging to say 70% to limit the risk of thermal runaway and fire. As I've repeatedly said, the battery really is the Achilles heel of electric vehicles in so many ways. And two stories have come up in the last couple of weeks, most recently a Volvo recall, which we'll come on to in a minute, but not that long ago Mercedes recalled one of its premium and very expensive EVs due to precisely this kind of risk. Mercedes-Benz warns EQB owners to cap charging at 80% as software faults trigger renewed fire risk recalls. Imagine if a shiny electric car could catch fire just from being too full. This is a real problem for the Mercedes EQB. On January 2nd, 2026, owners are still following safety warnings for over 7,000 of these SUVs in the United States. Recall documents instruct owners to set a maximum charge of 80% state of charge until the dealer remedy is completed because an internal short circuit in a battery cell could occur under certain conditions and increase fire risk. This rule helps keep the car safe until a permanent fix is ready. The main US recall filing describes certain manufacture year 2022 to 24 EQB variants, while the later follow-up recall is limited to certain manufacture year 2022 to 23 vehicles. The need for these software updates arose when Mercedes-Benz began investigating this issue in 2023. Mercedes reported receiving fire incident reports outside the US, with incidents reported from the Chinese market, which led to further analysis and a global recall decision. Initially, the company believed the fires were caused by local conditions in China. By January 24, 2025, the manufacturer realized the EQB 250 and EQB 350 might have issues everywhere. It decided to initiate a global recall to address the software issue. More reports of thermal events came in May 2025. This showed that some updated cars still had a fire risk. Engineers have found that specific conditions can increase the likelihood of a battery catching fire. One factor is the electric current ripples from charging stations. Another factor is mechanical damage to the battery under the car. These external issues combined with the weak battery cells cause a short circuit. Mercedes-Benz and the government studied these factors in January 2025. They found that these 2022 and 23 cars are not robust enough. Maintaining a charge of 80% reduces the stress caused by these external factors on the high voltage system. Well, until or unless battery technology advances, these kind of battery-related recalls will inevitably continue. It's just the nature of the manufacturing processes and of the battery itself. There really isn't any equivalent in a combustion car. Yes, there are potential risks from fuel leaks that could cause fire in an engine bay, but that's only likely when the car is being used and there are hot components like an exhaust manifold that could ignite the fuel. A battery fire in an EV can take place at any time, even when the car is parked and not even being charged, because it's a chemical degradation process that determines if and when a cell short circuits and heats up. It's literally Russian roulette with lithium-ion batteries. And now Volvo has had to recall one of its best-selling EVs due to an almost identical problem. And you'll notice from this story the similarities with the previous Mercedes story, with all the same elements and precautions. Electric car owners told not to charge above 70% amid serious risk of battery fire. Volvo said it would alert drivers as soon as a remedy is made available. Some drivers are being warned not to charge their vehicles beyond a certain point amid fears of battery-related fire. Swedish automotive giant Volvo has released a statement warning that some of its EX30 electric vehicles could have battery issues. It stated that not all models are affected by the risk and there have been no reports of related personal injuries. In the statement, Volvo confirmed that it was treating the issue very seriously, noting that the affected vehicles represented a very small number. The brand stated, "Safety is a top priority for Volvo cars, and while the number of reported incidents is very small, representing around 0.02% of the cars we have identified as potentially affected." A recall notice has been issued in Australia, with 2,815 Volvo EX30 models from the production year 2024 believed to be impacted. It stated that a manufacturing issue was responsible for the cell modules installed in the high-voltage battery potentially overheating at high charge levels. The recall, filed with the Department of Infrastructure, stated that a vehicle fire could occur. It said, "A vehicle fire could increase the risk of injury or death to vehicle occupants, other road users and bystanders, and or damage to property. Motorists are being urged to keep the battery charge level below 70%, which can be set under the charging setting in the vehicle display." Volvo told Auto Express Volvo Cars has identified a potential issue with high-voltage battery cells manufactured by a particular supplier on certain model year 2024 to 26 EX30 single-motor extended range and twin-motor performance cars. It confirmed that not all EX30 models are impacted and that other Volvo cars are not involved. Volvo is essentially a Chinese brand anyway now, since it's owned by the Geely Group, and so the batteries again would all be made in China. But seriously, who wants the hassle? The reality of lithium-ion batteries is that all of them, no matter how well manufactured, will degrade with age. And that degradation can include processes that increase the risk of an internal short circuit in one of the cells, leading to localized heating. There are so many factors that can influence these processes that we've talked about. I've already mentioned charging too much or letting the charge drop too low, but using DC fast charging too frequently is another risk factor. Ironic that the one thing that makes your life easier as an EV owner, fast charging, actually damages the battery more. And you can add to the list charging when the ambient temperatures are too low or too high. All of these factors have an effect on the chemical processes in the cells and can accelerate the natural degradation. That's why smartphones are essentially disposable devices. 99 times out of 100, it will be the battery that is the point of failure rather than any other component, because that's the only one in the device that is based on a chemical reaction that will inevitably deteriorate no matter how well you look after your phone. I'm still rocking an iPhone 12, but I have replaced the battery. It's cheap and easy on a smartphone, but not so much on an EV, where you're looking at anything between $4,000 and $20,000. And with depreciation, the need for a replacement battery on an older EV would normally total the car entirely. But if you have one of these EVs that needs a recall for a battery issue, my advice to you is don't delay, get it done, and maybe don't buy an EV again.